This about to slap.
Mr. Fucker Cop is back.
Oh, this nigga. No real introduction needed here. Y'all see the title. We're doing the legendary, the GOAT. We're doing the legendary, the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT. We're doing Tupac. My man Pac. We're gonna do, well, this album is called Strictly For My Niggas. That's actually a ballsy, a really ballsy title for an album, Strictly For My Niggas. But hey, it's Tupac. He do whatever the fuck he want to do. Pump your fist like this. Holla if you hear me. Holla if you hear me. Okay, so this is how we're gonna start the album off, huh? We're gonna start off with Holla if you hear me, huh? Well, I'ma holla because I definitely hear him. This album came out in 1993, so by 93, Pac was really like, come at me, bro. That was his. I'm sorry, I'm tired, dog. That was Pac's message. You know, at this point, Pac had already had experience with the Oakland Police Department, who had been, you know, thug life was in full effect. Right here, you can hear the anger in his voice, and you know, still me if they kill me. I love it when they fear me. Holla if you hear me. He's still him no matter what circumstance. He's always going to be him. That's what I love about that man. Always going to be him. He never switched up, never changed. He was always him. He always stayed true to his roots. And he's telling you this is not just another rap song, another black song, telling all my brothers get their strap on. He's basically what he's saying is, yo, you gotta stand up for yourself. That's what he's saying. You gotta stand up for yourself. This is basically like I'm fighting back. This is like we gotta swing back at them, the enemy. We gotta swing back at them. You know, he's not telling you to start the problems, but he's also telling you don't let them finish it either. He's basically saying if they come at you crazy, you gotta stand up for yourself. Holla if you hear me. Production wise, this is 1993, so things are gonna be a little bit dated. Never was too crazy about the beat like that. It's not a bad beat. It's okay. But the thing I love about Tupac is I never got caught up with Tupac production. I never really got caught up with Tupac beats. He's been on some amazing beats before, trust me. But with Tupac, it's not about production. Like with Kanye West, we care about the production because that's the main thing. With Tupac, it's... yeah, production plays a little bit of a role, you know, because you don't want just him rapping a cappella. You know, production does help, but with Pac, that's not the main thing. With Pac, it's about the message, what he got to say to me, how he gonna make you feel, because you know he gonna make you feel something. And the beauty about this man is, no matter if it's 20 years, almost 30 years, he still makes you feel some type of way. Like, he got me amped up a little bit with Holla If You Hear Me, and I heard Holla If You Hear Me like a million times. Like I told y'all, Tupac's my favorite rapper. I love Tupac, and I love everything he stood for. Holla if you hear me. He's telling you to stand up for yourself, and that's exactly the type of time that we on. You know, we're not no bullies. We're not here to start no trouble. But if trouble does come our way, we gotta stand up for ourselves. We're not no pushovers either. Is that Dan Quayle?
I was raised in this society, so there's no way you can expect me to be a perfect person.
Pac's theme. So he's over a funky beat. He's beating into your head, Dan Quayle, repeatedly saying that Tupac, his album has no place in our society, you know, and Pac's basically saying that he's gonna do what he does, you know, and you can't expect him to act differently. He's gonna do what he does. Pac's keeping it real. Tupac's keeping it true to himself. Dan Quayle is saying, oh, this has no place in our society. Well, Dan Quayle, speak for yourself. What is our place in society? When he says our society, what society are you talking about, Dan Quayle? Because I'll accept Pac's album in my society. In Dan Quayle's society, so it's cool for police brutality to be real. And when I'm speaking ill about the cops, I'm not talking about all cops in general, because all cops aren't bad cops. There's some good cops out there. So when I'm speaking ill of the cops, I should be clear and say crooked cops. But for y'all that don't, for y'all that get my point, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about crooked police. I'm talking about the bad people. I am not talking about the good cops that have the duty and put the badge on and have the right state of mind. I'm talking about the ones that are motivated and to do harm to certain type of individuals and show favoritism and whatnot. Fuck y'all. Fucking Dan Quayle, you know, for Dan Quayle, it's okay to have police brutality. It's okay for crime, rape, for ghettos. It's okay to have ghettos. It's okay. I don't know about you, but that's not okay in my book. And Pac clearly thinks the same way too. Talking about, you know, he's gonna do what he does, whether Dan Quayle approves or not. And Dan Quayle, for y'all don't know who Dan Quayle is, which is kind of ashamed. Dan Quayle is a former vice president. So, yeah. So who's the vice president now? Kamala Harris. So that would like be equivalent to Kamala Harris saying your favorite rapper their music has no place in our society. You know what I'm saying? Like, you worried about a rapper? You worried about this? With all the turmoil, you know, and I'm now switching it back to 1993 world, you know, with Dan Quayle. Dan Quayle is worried about Tupac Shakur. You're not worried about what's going on in America, the society that we're living in. You're not worried about helping America, things like that. You're worried about a rapper talking about standing up for himself, practicing his First Amendment right of freedom of speech, mind you. He's allowed to do this. You're allowed to talk for yourselves. And that's the beauty of America. Freedom of speech. We have amendments, and we can do almost anything that we please. We can say whatever the fuck we want. We're allowed to have an opinion. So I don't necessarily have to agree with the people in the White House. I don't have to agree. So if I was around in 1993, and I'm bumping Tupac, I have a right to be like, Dan Quayle don't know what he's talking about. I'm bumping Pac. I can say that out loud without worrying about the consequences. Some other countries don't have that right. So that's the beauty of America. And Pac was just doing his First Amendment right, baby. He was just speaking freedom of speech.
They let a bunch of finger.
Don't they?
It's not to be a racist, but let's face this. Wouldn't you if we could trade places? And the media's greedier than most. You can sell them your soul, or they'll be on the till a niggas go.
Did you hear that? To point the finger. They love to people just love to be hypocritical and point the fingers and never look at themselves like they the problem. Maybe it's you, motherfucker. Oh, now that Dan Quayle and the crooked cops are stepping up talking, they're trying to say that Pac's the problem. And Pac's like, oh, they just love to point the finger. You can't be mad at the news, man. Like Pac is the news man. You know, he's just telling you the news. He's letting y'all know what's going down, and you don't like that. Don't be mad at the man that's giving you the news. Be mad at the people for making the news. And Pac is talking about, yo, I'm still me till these motherfuckers kill me. You know, and when he says shit like that, I'm like, yo, this man had to know he was gonna die, because the amount of heat that this man was going through, the amount of pressure that was on this man, and the amount of enemies he was creating, man, he knew something was gonna happen. But he's like, I'm not stressing. I'm me till they kill me. When you start throwing BS at someone for a long period of time, what's gonna happen? They're gonna get tired, and when they get tired, they're gonna react. They ain't gonna just take it no more. They're gonna be like, you know what? This is some bullshit. Y'all, I got some. I'm gonna smack the, you know what I mean?
Let's send something to die. Cause a bottle of juice. Fuckers go to your grave with that name on your brain.
That was really interesting. Interesting in a really good way. So he said his mama always told him, if you have nothing to live for, you better find something to die for. He starts giving out RIPs to some people that passed away. He was giving out some RIPs, and he said, when they go to the grave, and I'm not talking about the people he said RIP to, I think he's talking about the people that killed them. When you go to the grave, their names are in your brain. And jealousy and recklessness is nothing to die for. One nigga teach two niggas, teach four niggas, and them niggas teach more niggas. And weak niggas teach strong niggas teach weak niggas. And basically that we all need to unite. And he's telling you to peep game. We need to unite and stop fighting each other. We're not the enemy. We need to unite. He said there's more of us than there are of them. Because if we did unite, things would change. Big time, things would change. There are more of us than there are of them. And he's not just even talking about just black people in general. He's also talking about poor, about the underdogs. There's more of us than there are of them. And it's another thing that I love about Tupac. He loved his people. We need Tupac in 2021, man.
Bucking down too, bucking down your crew, motherfuck you, make work blue. Stop me, rock me, got wanna block me, motherfucking things can't stop me. Learn yourself to a real motherfucker. Mama ain't raised no suckers.
Hey, he had Ice Cube, Ice-T, and then you got Pac. Like, come on, man, that was an ice cold track. Corny? Yeah, I know, that was a corny joke. Now, I've never really been a big Ice-T fan. Ice-T ripped this. He ripped this. And then Pac came through and just stole the song. And let's get along with the Mexicans and we can all have peace on the sets again. See what I'm saying? That's why I love this man. My man didn't just show love to blacks. He showed love to every minority. He showed love to everybody. Shout out to the Mexicans, because y'all important too. Y'all need love too. One nigga teach two niggas, teach four niggas, and them niggas teach more niggas. I told you that's what he was talking about to live, something to die for. You know, something to die for. He's talking about he found something to he found something to live for. Being black. Something to die for. Teaching my niggas. Dan Quayle, don't you know you need your ass kicked? Where was you when there was niggas in the caskets? Like I said, we need Tupac in 2021. I don't care what none of y'all say. We need Tupac in 2021. That man should still be with us to this day. Oh shit.
My attitude is shit.
Oh,
niggas get they neck broke down.
Hey. Yo, Soldiers, Revenge is fire. And especially the fact that we did Tupacalypse Now. Remember when we did Tupacalypse Now? Y'all remember when we did Tupacalypse Now? Well, just in case y'all forgot, click that tab up there and take you straight to that video. Yo, Tupacalypse Now, we did a song called Soldier's Story. Remember that? Well, this is called Soldier's Revenge. And this is a continuation. And in the beginning of the song, the guy says, Mr. Shakur, could you please explain the meaning of your violence lyrics? And Pac's like, explain the meaning? Fuck these niggas talking about. Bro, that was crazy. That was energy. You know, and then, you know, we can't find peace on the streets till my niggas get a piece.
As if I know you.
What?
Then I can show you. But if I don't know, I got a phone for you. When you're living, I ain't sipping, I'm a disser. Couldn't be my sister if she's acting like I live that. Boom, bang, boom, it's a sticker. Vice President Dan Quayle, eat a dick up.
Boom, bam, boom, this a stick up. Vice President Dan Quayle, eat a dick up. And peep game. This nigga called out the vice president. That's some real shit. That's some real shit. Oh my God, he been taking shots at Dan Quayle all album long. And I say rightfully so, because I know that they was messing with him first. Was that Richie Rich? Was the second verse Richie Rich? I'm pretty sure that was Richie Rich. If that wasn't Richie Rich, please forgive me. If that wasn't Richie Rich, tell me who that was in the comment section, who was the second verse. But all I know is, gosh.
Eat a dick up.
How you gonna just start the song like that? Okay, not gonna lie, I wasn't feeling that song, struggling. Nah, that track was definitely a pass. It wasn't even really them, you know. Like, I know that was Big Stretch. Stretch did cool, and Pac did cool. I wasn't feeling that. Yeah, I could have done without that song. And it wasn't whack. I don't want to make it sound like it was whack. That wasn't a whack track. It just, I felt like it could have been better. It felt like it was missing something. Guess who's back? Again, just another okay track. Again, it's not whack. It's not whack. It's another good song. Felt like it's okay. That one was just okay too.
How you gonna play me like a something dunkin' donut?
fire track. So, he's letting you know that he's keeping it real and he's representing for his niggas and he's representing 93. He's representing, and he started naming off rappers. He started saying Ed, the special motherfucker, and the lover, cause Special Ed and Ed Lover. And he's like Queen Latifah, TLC, Mary J. Blige. He started naming names and he's like he's letting everybody know these are his motherfuckers and he's representing for them. And I like when he said, damn, who else did I forget? And then the deep voice comes in, and that's still him, just his voice distorted. And you know he's going in, and Representing 93 was fire. That was a really hot track, and he's just letting you know that he's strictly representing.
Please don't cry, dry your eyes, never let us forgive, but don't forget, girl, keep your head up.
Let's talk about that first verse real quick. He knows the ladies are being fed up because they got to deal with some busters and not with some real dudes, and how he said something really interesting. He said, wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women. Do we hate our women? I think it's time to kill for our women, time to heal our women, be real to our women. And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies. How true is that? And some people just effed up here, but it's crazy. Like, some people just don't know how to treat women right. And I know the ladies are fed up because it's so easy for us guys to be like, y'all women be tripping, you know. But Pac was like, listen, since we can't create one, since we can't make one, we don't have the right to tell a woman when and where to create one. They're the ones that have to give birth, not us. All we have to do is just do our manly duties, you know what I'm saying, put it in. And then, you know, 9 months later, supposedly, the little homie or the little, your little baby girl or the little homie pops out, you know. Just like that. Makes me unhappy when brothers make babies and leave a young mother to be a pappy. Ain't that some shit? A guy will just hit a girl off, she'll get pregnant, he'll dip. Now, there's some people that do a really good job of just raising a kid by themselves. A mother can't be a father. They can't be. A mother can just be a really amazing mom and a best friend to their child. But you need a male there so you could teach their children, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how great a single mom is, she can't be dad. She could be super mom. And you could just look at her and be like, that's all I ever needed. Thank you for just being with me. You know what I'm saying? But like, a father, a man has to be the father. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. And it's just certain things that a man could teach a child that the woman can't. You know, you can teach her how to be an amazing person. And I'm not taking that away from the ladies. I'm saying, though, that's fucked up that the dudes will hit the girl off and just dip. And leaving the mom to be a pappy. What the fuck kind of shit is that, man? That's some coward shit. You know what I'm saying? And the girl should be tired of herself because she was dealing with a buster. Keep your head up, ladies. I know some of these niggas ain't shit. I know some of these boys ain't shit. But don't let that ever derail you from the fact that there's a difference between a boy and a man. The ones that have babies and just dip, or the ones that don't do their job right as a father or as a really good husband or boyfriend, you're a boy. You're a boy. A man knows what he got to do. A man take care of business. That's what a man does. If you don't handle your business, you a boy. Ladies, I know y'all fed up. I know you're fed up.
You know what's funny when it rains and pours? They got money for wars, but can't feed the poor.
And he's like, suddenly the ghetto didn't seem so tough. I thought we had it rough. We always had enough. I huffed and puffed about my curfews and broke the rules. Ran with the local crew and had a smoke or two. You know what I'm saying? So he was a rebel as a kid. You know, he huffed and puffed about the curfews. He thought like, nah, I need to be out there with the homies. Why am I going to be locked inside? You know, because at the time when you're a kid, you know, they're giving you curfews. You're like, no, I'm breaking the curfew. I'm chilling with them. Why are you giving me curfew? You don't realize that they're just looking out for you. And he's like, I huffed and puffed about my curfews and broke the rules. Run with the local crew, had a smoke or two. He's like, I realized mama really paid the price. She nearly gave her life to raise me right. Now that's a powerful statement right there. His mom basically gave her life to raise him right. And you know what that means? That means that she was a good mom. Because that's what you do when you become a parent. You basically become unselfish and you do it all, you risk it all for your kid. Because it's not about you anymore. It's not, excuse me, it's not just about you anymore. It's about your kid. That's what you're supposed to do. And he's like, and all I had to give her was my pipe dream of how I rock the mic and make it to the bright screen. So he's trying to think unselfishly right back in rebuttal, because as a kid, you'd be like, that's my parent, they always got my back, blah, 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 blah. Some kids are just selfish, and some kids are just spoiled. Pac's like, showing a little remorse here, like, damn, all I ever did was just tell her that I was gonna rock the mic, and you know, he basically he's like, I always told my mom I was gonna be a rapper and make it on TV. You know, all I had to give was my pipe dream, and fortunately for him, it worked out. You know, like he ended up doing what he wanted to do, so it worked out in his case. But I know there's a lot of people that go through that and it doesn't work out for them. And then he says, I'm trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. It's hard to be legit and still pay your rent. Psh, ain't that all of us? That's actual factuals. You know what's funny? When it rains, it pours. They got money for wars, but can't feed the poor. Said there ain't no hope for the youth, and the truth is there ain't no hope for the future. Son. They got money for wars, but they can't feed the poor. They still haven't figured out this poverty shit. America got all this money, we still haven't figured out this poverty shit. And then they love talking about how the youth is the problem. They love talking about the youth is the problem, shame on the youth, and how, you know, like they do that to every generation. In the 60s they did it, in the 70s they did it, in the 80s they did it, in the 90s they did it, in the 2000s they did it, the 2010s they did it, and now in this new decade they're doing it. It's always the new generation's problem, right? It's always their fault. These kids are getting wilder and wilder. Psh, we keep it up, there ain't gonna be no future. There's ways to get to the youth without making them feel like they're the problem. But in reality, there ain't no hope for the future, because it's not ultimately just the youth. It be the grown-ups. It be the now. It be the present. It be the older heads that be the problem too. Crazy shit.
All the ladies having babies on their own. I know it's kind of rough and you're feeling all alone.
Verse 3 now. Basically now he's bringing the attention back to the ladies, and he's like, I know it's kind of rough and you're feeling all alone. Daddy's long gone and then left you by your lonesome. Thank the Lord for my kids, even if nobody else want them. Because I think we can make it, in fact, I'm sure. And if you fall, stand tall, come back for more. So he's basically trying to instill that strength into the ladies that are raising these kids by themselves. So he's like, yo, okay, so Pops is out the question. Your man's out the question. Screw him. Now it's on you, and you got to stand tall for your child. You got to be there for your child. Because now they're relying on you. Now they're just looking at you as solely on you. And he's like, I know that's a lot of pressure. He's basically like, I know that's a lot of pressure. But, listen, life's not easy. But you got to fight it. You got to stay strong. You know, stay strong, and when you fall, don't stay down. Get up. This about to slap.
Motherfucker cop is back.
Oh, this nigga.
Send me to the damn picture that. I stay strapped, motherfuckers better get your cat.
This song is freaking crazy. That beat drop is, yeah, I felt so nasty listening to that. That was, it gave me the stank face, like, that was crazy. The Hennessy makes him think his enemies are coming real close. Boom, boom, boom. He shot at some ghosts. He tripping off the Henny.
Hey, yo, bust it. Baby got a problem saying bye-bye. Just another hazard of a fly guy. You don't know me. You just met me. You won't let me. Well, if I couldn't have it, silly rather why you sweating?
Yo, I always fucking love that song, bro. I get around. I'm so glad he made that song, and I'm so glad it's on this album. Because as great as this album is so far, and it's definitely motivated, and it's pro-black, and we know he's pro-black, and it's throwing shots at, you know, the enemies and whatnot. As militant as this album is, it's so good to have a party track every now and then. It's so good to have a feel-good track, and that's what this song is. I get around and lets me know, like, okay, he can have fun too. It lets me know he's down to party too, and now he's Mr. Get Around. And if y'all never seen the video, go check it out, because that official video is hilarious. This type of music that you put at a cookout. You know, this is the type of music that you're here to cook out. You're dancing with someone you don't even really want to dance with. And, you know, because the person that you really want to dance with don't want to dance with you because you got a barbecue chicken wing right here, or a piece of spare rib right here, or a cup and a drink in here, and you just vibing you know, this shit is fire, man. That shit is timeless. You know, he said, well, if I couldn't have it, silly rabbit, why you swipe me? You know, I'm like, you know, like I'm saying.
You can set the fuck off, boss. Fuck you. Had to play catch by myself. What a song like thoughts to get worried without her pops. I roll a beer. It's someone that they don't understand. Kids today.
He's saying, now that I found you, stay the fuck away from me. Said, had to bury moms, and then, you know, Pops is acting like he cares, but from your voice, I could tell it wasn't sincere. You asking how my schoolwork was, how was this, how was that, but you don't really care. And it's like, wow, he was spitting. He was spitting in that song. He was spitting. And also talking about, you had the chance to show, but instead, you wanted to live lavishly while we struggled out here. You know, selfishness. That's selfishness right there. That amazing song. Papa's song is amazing. See what I mean? That's what I mean. Tupac music makes you feel some type of way. I'm fucking heated. I'm fucking heated right now. I felt like this was me.
Had enough, I put it in a fucking basket. Who cares? I was meant to a casket. Now bring a 20 fucking pounds more. I take it quicker than a picture of a fucking picture.
5 Deadly Venoms. All them brothers went in. Shout out Apache. Shout out Apache. Yeah, 5 Deadly Venoms, they all went in. And that was a great closer for the album, Strictly for My Niggas. This album, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What do I think? I think that this was a really solid album. Really solid. I'll even say it was really good. I definitely think this was better than Tupacalypse Now. I think so. I think this was better than Tupacalypse Now. Why do I think this is better than Tupacalypse Now? Well, actually, this album has some vibes of Tupacalypse Now in it. Still spreading that same message, a little bit more aggressive. And I think it's better because there's more friendlier songs for the radio to spin in. As much as you want to be militant and all that, you gotta have something for the radio. You gotta have something that multiple people could hear. You know, and that's where Keep Your Head Up and I Get Around came from. And I thought that he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. And Holla If You Hear Me, all these songs was great. Representing 93, Something to Die For, Peep Game, all these songs went super hard. Last Words, this was a really solid album, man. This was really good. Really well done by Pac, 1993, he representing. And the features, man, there was some features doing their thing on this, for real. And ultimately, he's still spreading the same message, and he really wanted to incorporate the unity. He wanted to incorporate unity. One nigga teach 2 niggas, teach 4 niggas, and then niggas teach more niggas. And, you know, I appreciate that. And we all know he was pro-black, and we know everything about that. So, overall, Strictly for My Niggas, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. This was an 8 out of 10 for me. I thought this was great. You know, job well done. I'm glad that there was some more songs like that were more pleasant. Like, I enjoyed production a little bit more than I did Tupacalypse Now. I Get Around. It was good to hear this on this album. I thought that was necessary. I like the orders that the songs were in. I thought they did a good job. And Pac was holding his own, you know, lyrically. You know, this is far from Pac's best work lyrically, but we're not worried about his other stuff. We just focus on this project for now. This is what we're doing the video on this project. So I thought he did pretty well. I think he did pretty well. You know, I gave my score 8 out of 10. Y'all can grade it what y'all like. That's my score. And I'm happy that we did this. This was awesome to revisit, because I feel like this album doesn't get enough attention to. So I'm glad that we did this, especially in 2021. I'm glad that we did this. And yeah, I'm looking at the time, and it looks like my camera's about to shut off on me. So I'm just gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you everybody for supporting me. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you really like the video, press that like button and subscribe. for all people that are new, press that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And please, if you're interested in my merch, if you're interested in the merch, go check it out. I have the link in the description below. So we got tank tops, we got t-shirts, we got socks, we got it all. We got it all. We got everything for your needs. And if you're looking to give a gift for somebody, give them some merch. If you're looking for some heat for yourself, get some merch. If you're looking for something for a party, get some merch. If you're looking for some pajamas, get some merch. If you're looking for whatever, just get some merch. Check it out. And thank you everybody for watching me. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. I appreciate y'all. And I'll catch everybody in the next video. Love you guys. Stay safe. I'm out.